I am especially privileged to have Congressman Hall here tonight. I thank you, sir. You really do honor us with your presence. I want to take an opportunity just to say a few words, and I won't be long. But first off, I need to thank David Bryan. I saw David earlier. I think he's here. Thank you, David. I want to thank David Bryan and Becky Sebastian for their years of service to Rowlett. They were faithful servants of this city. We must not forget that. I also want to thank the city staff for their hard work and especially for their efforts since the election. City Manager Craig Owens and City Secretary Susie Quinn have given me and the council a lot of support. Your mayor and council know and appreciate the long hours that you and the other staff members have been spending on our transition, so thank you very much, both to Susie and to Craig. Thank you both. Not to overlook George Harris. He's always the faithful, the constant, the continuity. So I've known George the whole time I've been in Rowlett, going on 8 years now. I'd like to tell you a little bit about your new council. Steve Maggiato, place 6, is an engineer with Texas Instruments. He's already completed a 3-year term on City Council. Steve's interests include providing regional leadership in energy and environmental design aimed at conserving our resources and protecting our environment. Al Alberts, in place 5, has been involved in city government for 11 years. He began his service on the Board of Adjustments, then on the Planning and Zoning Commission, and for the past 8 years on City Council. Mr. Alberts established the Traffic and Safety Committee. He has served as Mayor Pro Tem for 5 of his 8 years on the council. Mr. Alberts. Todd Gottel, place 4, is a marketing consultant. This is his first time in city government. Todd's special interests include the formation of the Community Advisory Council and economic development in the city. Randy Mays, place 3, is a retired construction superintendent. This is his first time in city government also. Randy's interests include the project design and management of our capital improvement program. Cindy Rushing, place 2, begins her 4th year on city council tonight. She has lived in Rowlett for 26 years and seems to know everyone and everything. She's a tremendous asset to this team. She's a small business owner and a longtime volunteer to the city. Her special interests include the Rowlett Citizens Corps Council, the Rowlett Fire Corps, and the Artists Around Texas organization. Dennis Alsop isn't present this evening, at least I didn't notice, no. He served on city council for 2 years out of place number 1. He's an engineer. Dennis represents the city on the Rockwall County Emergency Management Services Corporation. I'm a newcomer to politics also, city politics. My expertise and interest is in financial planning and in transformational leadership. You can see the diverse backgrounds and interests of each council member. This diversity adds to the synergy of this team. I will be forming ad hoc working committees within the city councils that take the best advantage of the individual skills of each council member and forming an effective team. We are looking forward to working together for the good of the city. I'm also pleased that Patrick Jackson, Patrick, where are you? There you are, sir. And Dennis Hernandez. Is Dennis present? Not here this evening. I'm also pleased that Patrick Jackson and Dennis Hernandez, both excellent city council candidates in the election, have agreed to serve the city as volunteers in my administration. Let me give you a brief preview of the next few months. You, the citizens, have spoken, and we have heard you. You turned out in large numbers and overwhelmingly told us to lead the city in a very specific way. We will now put into action the promises that were made. I promised you more forthright communications. I will propose immediate changes in the rules governing the broadcast of citizens' input during council sessions. This week, the city manager will be proposing new procedures for responding to citizens' concerns and inquiries. And as you heard, Councilman Gottel will be proposing the structure for the Community Advisory Council this week. I also promised you that the city would live within its means. The city manager will be proposing his budgets later this week. I anticipate that the city manager and his staff will reprogram and reallocate funds to the most critical needs of the city and do so within the boundaries of a no-growth budget. I promised you that the capital improvement program would continue at a prudent pace. Just yesterday, the city manager proposed a 4-year spending plan that would use the bond funds we have on hand. As I promised you, I will not support any city property tax increase or utility increase. I also will not support any borrowing without the vote of the citizens approving it. I'm asking the City Council and City staff to focus on affirming the priority and scope of the most important capital projects and then provide focused oversight to get these projects done on time and within the budget. For me, the most important projects are those that address the needs of our neighborhoods. When I look around Rowlett at some of our older residential developments, I see a need. I'm committed to Kenwood Heights, Point Royal Estates, and other older neighborhoods. I will ask the City Council and staff to vigorously pursue and win support for new partnerships to enhance these older neighborhoods. For example, the City of Farmers Branch and the City of Richardson has adopted a home incentive program that appears promising. I will be learning more about these programs and hope that they can be a model to promote neighborhood revitalization in Rowlett. The city manager is searching for a new director of economic development. That new director will work with the council and the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce through the Economic Development Advisory Board to reach out to commercial interest and bring them to Rowlett. A major part of the future economic development of the city is the Bush Turnpike extension and the Dart Rail extension. I will personally become involved in these regional organizations and do my best to influence the decision makers to bring these projects to Rowlett as soon as possible. While these are the most important priorities for me to accomplish in the next few months, there are many other initiatives that you will see. I am mindful that the mayor and council is essentially a volunteer position, not a full-time compensated position. So I will try not to overload the council or the city staff with too many ideas. That'll be hard for me, but I'll try. For example, one initiative I will propose is the greening of the city. I promised Miss Lori Ann that I would say that, and I believe that. In spite of the most welcome rain we have received filling our lakes that supply us with water, we must still be very wise in the use of our water. I will propose more consumer education for us and also propose the use of simple technology to allow more conservation of water. I'll ask the city to do even more to conserve its use of electricity and gasoline and serve as a model for citizens to do the same. I will ask developers in this city to build energy-efficient homes, such as the Energy Star program. We must be proactive and address this growing problem. There's much more I could talk about, but I won't. The reception will be a lot more fun, so I'll end it here. Mark your calendar for October the 2nd. I will be presenting my State of the City address at that time. Thank you all for coming and joining us in our celebration. Keep your new mayor and your council in your prayers. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.